Genesis chapter 18. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre. And he sat at the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground. And he said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, do not pass away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let a little water, I pray thee, be brought, and wash thy feet, and rest under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and you may comfort your hearts. And after that ye shall pass on, for therefore you are come to your servant. And they said, Do so as you have said. And Abraham hastened into the tent to Sarah, and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran out to the herd, and brought a calf, tender and good. And he gave it unto a young man, and he hurried to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. And they said unto him, Where is Sarah your wife? And he said, Behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life, and lo, Sarah your wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and far gone in days, and it had ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am past age shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? And the Lord said unto Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I, who am old, truly bear a son? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return again, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said, No, but you did laugh. And the men arose from there and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham was with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham the thing which I do? When Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the persons of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he spoke to them. And the Lord said, Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which has come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces away from there, and went toward Sodom. But Abraham still stood before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Perhaps there are 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are in it? Far be it from thee to act in this manner, to kill the righteous with the wicked. And far be it from thee that the righteous should be as the wicked. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold, now I have taken upon me to speak to the Lord, who am but dust and ashes. Perhaps there will be 5 lacking from the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, If I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spoke unto him yet again, and said, Perhaps there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said, Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Perhaps there shall be 30 found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, Lo, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Perhaps there shall be 20 found there. And the Lord said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, Oh, do not let the Lord be angry, and I will speak only once more. Perhaps 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left off talking with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place.